Hello everyone, I'm Mr. Muhammad Kamer, science teacher. Welcome back in a new science session and new lesson 2. The theme chapter 4, plants and animals. Lesson 5, what plant and animal characteristics are inherited? What our lesson objective for today? Today, inshallah, we will know that plants and animals inherit characteristics that may help them to survive and reproduce. For example, the peacock here, it inherits the showy bright colored tail from its parents that help it to attract mates. Before we start today's lesson, let me tell you a story about a great scientist, the monk Gregor Mendel. He was a great scientist. He's a monk also that he was working on his church in the middle of the 18th century. He was growing some plants, pea plants especially, but after they grow, he found something amazing. He found that not all the pea plants like each other. They have a different characteristic. Yes, they are all pea plants. They all having pods, leaves, stem, roots, and peas too, but they have a different characteristic. Some of the plants were long, others were short. Some plants have green colored, other pods were yellow colored. Some flowers were purple, other flowers were white. Some pea plants were smooth, others were wrinkled. Smooth like the one to the right, wrinkled like the one to the left. Some pods were yellow, other pods were green. And he started to ask himself, why not all the pea plants like each other? Why they all don't have the same characteristic? And that was the beginning to discover and putting the basics for the knowledge of heredity. First of all, we will know about the meaning of the word inherit. Inherit simply is to receive characteristics from parents, is to receive characteristics from an organism's parents. That's what I mean with inherit. For example, I inherit many characteristics from my parents. I inherit the eye color from my mom, the hair color from my dad. I'm long like my grandfather. So we inherit many characteristics from our parents that pass on our genes. Plants, animals, humans, they are all inherit characteristics from their parents. For example, the prickly pear cactus in the picture in front of you, it inherits the flat stem, the waxy coating that protect it from drying out, and the short and long spines that cover its body. These characteristics, they passed from the parents to the offspring. Even animals, they inherit characteristics. For example, the giraffe inherits a long and strong neck from its parents. An elephant inherits a long and ears, the big ears from its parents. And the zebra in front of you, it inherits the black and white stripes from its parents. And also the short manes over their neck. Do you know something amazing? That you can't open my phone with your fingerprint, but I can. Because everyone has its own individual pattern on its finger. Every one of us guys has a specific fingerprint, special fingerprint for each one. So that's why I can't open your phone and you can't open mine using your own fingerprint. The same here on zebra. Zebras, they haven't, yes, the old zebras, they have black and white stripes, but the pattern is different between individuals. Each zebra has its own special pattern of black and white stripes. What characteristics that help the prickly pear cactus survive in a dry environment? Yes, the waxy coating on the cactus pod helps the cactus to survive in a dry environment. Another question, how is zebra's pattern like a fingerprint? Right, the zebra's pattern is individual to each zebra. Animals, humans, and plants, we all inherit, we all receive characteristics from our parents. Like us, even humans, they inherit the skin color, the eye color, being long or short. And by the way, you have to know that not all characteristics are inherited. Not all characteristics are inherited, For example, I am taller than my parents. So I'm tall, but they are shorter than me. So I didn't receive it from my parents. If you look in front of a mirror, you'll find that you have some characteristics like your parents, other characteristics are not. If something else happened, we will be an exact copy from our parents. Now you talk about a fish or an animal that lives in the ocean. It's called the peacock flounder. The peacock flounder, it's a fish that has many characteristics inherited from its parents. One of those characteristics, it has a flat body, like the one in the picture below here. It has both eyes on one side that help it to see animals and see the predators. Also, that help it to move away and faster from it. Not only this, it also can change its color to match the background, so it can easily not be seen, it cannot be seen easily by predators. Three main characteristics peacock flounder inherit from its parents, both eyes on one side, flat body, and the ability to change color. Parents, offspring, and advantages. You know that parents are the mom and dad, offspring are the children, advantages, what I mean with that. First, let's talk about a competition. If you and your friend, you're making a competition who is running fast to reach a target, for example, which one of you, who is gonna win that race? Of course, the ones that have a strong and fast leg, he is going to win the competition. What I mean was competition first. Competition is when two or more living things need the same resources to survive. For example, if there are two tigers in the forest and only one rabbit, which one will go to catch? There will be a competition. They both need to eat the rabbit or to eat a deer, for example. They both need to eat the deer to survive. So they can share it, they don't want to share it. So what's gonna happen? A competition, a fight between two tigers to eat the deer, to eat it all for itself. So that's called a competition when two or more living things need the same resources to survive. Which one will be the winner? The one that is stronger and faster and having a better eyesight to go and found the deer easily. In the picture in front of you here, you can see two giraffes are fighting each other. You'll ask me, Mister, why they are fighting? Actually, the male giraffes, they are fighting each other to mate or to marry the female giraffe. And the ones that have a long and a strong neck will be the winner, and that's more attractive for the female. And the female giraffe will marry the ones that have a long and strong neck. That's a good advantage. That's an advantage that helps the giraffe to win that competition and help it to find a female so they can mate and have offspring. And a strong long neck characteristic, it's gonna be inherited or will pass to its offspring. What I'm meaning with advantage, once again, advantage, it's a characteristic that will help an individual to compete. It's called an advantage. In the picture right here, two pepper moths, one having white color, the other one having a dark or black color. Which one do you think has the advantage of not being seen easily? If there's a bird going to eat one of those pepper moths, which one will be seen easily? Of course, the white one on the tree, on the bark of a tree right here, the one that will be seen easily is the white one, and the birds will eat it. So the dark color of peppered moss, it's an advantage that help it to survive in its environment. So an advantage, it's a characteristic that will help individual to compete. And the same example that I told you previously, two lions or two tigers are going to eat a deer, found a deer. Which one will eat it first? Yes, the one that's running fast, the stronger one will eat it. That's how it works. We have a question right here. Describe why offspring usually look like their parents. And what is one characteristic that might give a hawk an advantage over the hawks? Let's go here to answer those questions. Question number 10, describe how the dark mosses coloring gives them an advantage over the light-colored mosses. The advantage of darker color helps the mosses to avoid being eaten by birds. Question 11, what is one characteristic that might give a hawk an advantage over other hawk? If you'll tell me sharp claws, sharp teeth, a better eyesight, they're all right. Why offspring usually look like their parents? Why we like our parents? Because we receive characteristics from our parents. And that is the end of today's session. Hope you all guys understand it well and see you in the next lesson. Goodbye, everyone.